morning, buckos and buckerettes. Welcome back to another episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. My name is Max. I'm the CEO because Bitcoin, joined today by our CFO, Big Hagrid, and one of our top analysts here going by Unbothered Jackus this morning, guys. Happy FOMC to all of those who celebrate. We are certainly in for some, hopefully, bullish resolutions to the upside, but we're going to talk about all of those scenarios and then some. Guys, before we get too deep into the stream, do me a solid. Please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing to the channel if you are new here. We just hit 23K, guys. We just hit 23K this morning, last night. Let's get to 25K on YouTube, man. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. But let's not waste any time waffling, guys. We're seeing a lot of chop, a lot of annoyance, some bleed. I've been told by numerous untrusted, unreliable sources, also known as gigafades, that it is over and that we are in Elliott Wave 5 of the doom cycle. This is the imminent implosion. Japan is about to liquidate itself. The US is about to liquidate itself. And we may never pump again. So, Tucker, I'm going to leave it to you from here. Tucker, is it in fact completely over? More so over than it's ever been before?
Yeah, it is, Max. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, it is here. I didn't mean to draw harmonica. I meant to draw.
Those are perfect fibs, by the way. It's perfect. Elliott fades. Yeah. The Elliott fades. Yeah.
Wave 5 incoming. It's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, here's the signal, bro. The infamous fifth wave. I mean, this is real, man. This is technical.
How are we always on the fifth wave whenever these guys talk about it? It's never one of the other ways.
That's true.
It's always the fifth
It's
wave.
always the fifth wave. That's true.
Oh my god.
It's never like a stair step up. It's always an elevator down. Fifth wave, man. It's always the doom, man. It's always the worst. So I don't know, man. I guess, is it possible for Bitcoin to actually go negative? I don't know, Jackus, maybe you have some thoughts on that, but I've been told that actually Bitcoin could go negative here.
Well, we saw US oil trade negative, so surely it's possible.
It's a great point. That's a really great point. Yeah.
Like I will pay you for holding BTC.
I mean, technically, you could long on some exchanges at the right time and get paid funding to long. You know, that's real. But I think a lot of people are confused about what vertical accumulation is. And they just continually draw. We're going to call them the UTAD boys. Okay. The distribution boys, man. You know how many, how many quote unquote bear or bull traps do you need to see become invalidated before it's just straight up vertical accumulation and you're coping, you know?
Yeah. I mean, how many times do you just need to see like the bid moved up? Yeah. Over and over and over and over. Like we're just not setting new lows. Like you kind of had a little double bottom there, but you know what I mean? Like you're just not setting new lows. Like that one wick was pretty nasty, but.
And Tucker, maybe you could do this, man, for all the bull trap boys out there. Let's draw all the bull traps from this vertical accumulation, starting far to the left. That first impulse up to the left a little bit right there.
Do you mean bear traps, Max? You mean the drops or no?
No. The highs.
Oh. I mean, this was a bull trap, right?
Bull trap. And then from that next high, another bull trap. No, even before that. Right there. Bull trap.
Bull trap, right? And then
from that high right there. From that high.
We had a bull trap above here. We had, this obviously was a bull trap, right? Clearly got back below. And yeah, a lot of bull traps, man.
Yeah, it's
So let's discuss FOMC today, guys. Wait, Tommy is in the chat, but not in the panel.
Yeah, Tommy's working on accumulating some Delta Sky miles right now. So.
Yeah, he is traveling. So we don't know what could come of that.
He's the FOMC traveler
today.
It's funny you say that, Max, especially coming from you.
That was a below the belt shot right there.
Yeah, it was.
That was. You know what happened last time I was traveling, Jackus? I was in Europe, and it was the August 5th nuke.
Yeah, we should mark that out, Max. We should mark out the last time. I was traveling at that time, but it was.
You were out there honeymooning, eating mozzarella and
yeah, that's true.
And beef tartare in Italy.
Wait, I think. Were you there for the August 5th nuke? No, you were back, weren't you?
Me? Nah, bro. I was in. No, I was in Denmark, bro. I was in Denmark.
It was this one, bro. It was this one.
No, bro. It was the August 5th nuke, bro. I remember it because we got a hot U.S. unemployment print. Came in at 4.3, right up there, and I'm at the airport, and I'm like, no. And yeah, man, it was undoubtedly over, and then we were so back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the one I was on my honeymoon for. Was this little guy? So that's not too bad. That wasn't the end of the world.
Yeah, there's a moratorium on me ever visiting Europe again as long as I'm in this industry, because that's not allowed to happen again.
Yeah, my wife really wants to go to Europe next summer, and I was like, I mean, that's decent timing given where I think the market's going to be. You know what I mean? Like, I think next summer is probably not going to be great. So if we're gonna, I mean, we might as well if we think the market's going to nuke, because that will nuke it.
When we load up on shorts, that's when we send you to Europe.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Look, I'll be in Prague drinking beer with Chef Jackus, and we'll be in coin margin. Actually, not even. We'll be in tether collateralized shorts next summer, and I'll just be drinking some delicious Pilsner with Chef Jackus, and it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, guys, here's all the FOMC dates marked out on the Bitcoin chart, the red vertical lines. What do we notice? Actually, I don't even want to show Bitcoin here. I'm gonna show Bobandy Fee Fi Fofandi. What do you think? What do we think? Is this time different, or are we slow bleeding into a ripper, just like the last two?
This is Fofandi. Wow.
This is Andy Bobandy Fee Fi Fofandi.
I heard that it's a week of distribution, and we will see levels not seen since last year.
So we're gonna view it like this. So this is the range high and then the range low, and right here you probably won't even get a bounce. You'll probably just go like this, right? Just like this, and then you'll retest here, and then probably like this, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Imagine the Andy holders tuning up daily to the YouTube market check, waiting for Max to comfort them that everything's going to be fine, and suddenly he draws lines on Andy going to zero.
Going down.
No. I didn't draw it to zero. I drew it going negative, Jackus. You didn't pay attention. It was going negative. Okay.
Indeed.
I mean, Powell's gonna get up on the stage today and just say, "Look, guys, it's over." And specifically, if you hold meme coins, it's over. I expect Powell to say that. He's gonna come out with a super bright red tie on for the imminent collapse, and that's it.
If he has a red tie, man, it's cooked.
Nah, he's going purple. He's going Powell purple.
He needs to go purple, bro.
Powell purple, and you know it.
Oh my god.
Red tie at the end of the year, that would be bloody.
That'd be bloody. What if Powell comes out and he goes, Good afternoon, buckos.
Look at this guy,
Oh,
Max. This guy aped 75 million worth of Andy last night. That's pretty crazy. Guy's
That's probably
sharp.
why he only did $2 super chat, because he doesn't have any more money.
Yeah.
well, that's great, man. I mean, I think that you're seeing the board clearly. I think you're seeing it. And I mean, look, like let's do this. Let's look at Pepe, right? I don't know. I mean, we've done this before. Here's the past, here's the past two FOMCs, right? You just kind of get this like, junk into it, right? You get some junk and then you rip out of it, right? And you get some, junk into it and then you rip out of it. And we got FOMC today and you're getting junk going into it and you're probably going to get a ripper coming out of it. I mean, what are we even talking about here?
Max, when was FOMC in December 4 years ago?
Oh my gosh, Tucker, 4 years ago, brother,
You don't
mean,
remember, Max? That's crazy if you did not remember. Yeah, it
do
was
you,
the 15th and 16th of December 4 years ago.
I don't even have it marked out going that back. Like,
I will in about 10 seconds.
all right, give me the date. What was it?
15, 16.
Of December of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wow, dude, it's exactly, oh my God. It's unbelievable. It's exactly where we are right now. It's crazy.
So right here.
It's literally crazy. It's the same vertical accumulation that we're doing right now. It's unreal. December 15th. You might have to put them side by side.
All right. I would be happy to do that for you. All right.
Guys, do you realize how insanely bullish it is that we are selling into FOMC?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Think about
extremely
it.
bullish.
Santa Claus is coming, Jackus. Coming to town.
So it was December 16th, Tucker.
It was the 15th. Yes, the 15th.
So
Well, it says like 15-16, so I don't even know. What did they say this year? 17, 18? So maybe it is the 16th.
whatever. It doesn't matter.
So unbelievably clean. Like, it's identical to where we are now.
It's over.
It's over. It appears to be over once again.
I mean, even like this little thing. Oops.
And
what the heck?
I remember that time, by the way, of when we just hit freshly. Like, it's not exactly the same context wise. It is like when it comes to price action, right? But back then, right here, we were hitting new all-time highs on BTC. So it was slightly different. But I remember back then, like, it's not that different entirely, because we blew through 14K. If you can actually zoom out a little bit on that right side of the chart, Max.
Let me to zoom out.
A little bit more, just so you can draw a line from July 2019, from that high.
I see.
You see what I mean, right?
I see.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Nice. So as you can see, back then, we were also, we had a significant breakout of this high, and we just hit a significant high. So while it's not exactly the same, we've broke key high at 14K, and then we hit all-time highs. Now, we are obviously in price discovery, but we broken through a significant key high, made in March 2024, or this year. And right now, although because we are in a price discovery, right? So there is like no price history on the left side of the chart, but we hit a historical level of 100K. So that's one to count as well as historically very important psychological round number. And what I'm trying to say is that back then there were so many people waiting for the retrace. Lots of the people right now are listening to on Twitter, like those same accounts were hoping for the retrace to 14K so that they can long this. And guess what people are doing right now? They are hoping that we get a 75K retrace of March highs so that they can position themselves. And guess what happened back then? People saw it go higher and higher, and they were forced to FOMO. There is a good psychological lesson in that. Now, that doesn't mean that we will just keep going straight up, but you need to have your levels and be ready. Like if you are in that position and you're waiting for 74K retest because the Twitter guru who told you that it's going to happen, this pullback, you need to be ready that it doesn't, in case you are sidelined. Obviously, people do not really care about BTC, so it is what it is. But for those that
I was going to tell you, Max. I was going to tell you to do that, and maybe others.
Keep going, Jackus.
That's good. I kind of finished there. You keep going. You keep cooking.
I mean,
Wow.
ETH even looks really similar, man. Like everything.
Just in that garbage, upward chop that we've been having. Leg up time, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, it's got to be now. It's got to be now until the end of the year, at least. Like that's got to be now.
So, what do you guys think Paul says today? Like with projections for next year.
I think it's better. I've been saying this. I think it's better if we get just a very slightly hawkish dot plot. I don't think it matters what he says so much. Like I think he's going to bull talk the market up regardless. But I think what matters is the minutes that we get 30 minutes before he talks. And if they show, because right now it's priced in that there's going to be 4 cuts next year. If for some reason they only have 3, I think that's what you're gonna need to see for TLT to catch a bid, actually, is to just see 3. And so I think go ahead.
Do you think TLT is going to catch the bid at last?
I think if they're slightly hawkish, then yeah, because we need to see yields come down. We need to see yields come down, like badly. We need to see the 10-year yield come down. Which should bring down DXY, which should give TLT a bid, which should give more confidence to IWM bidders. So that's what I think we need to see. I mean, he's going to cut. Like the cut's locked in. That's a done deal. But I think if you get a slightly hawkish dot plot, then you're going to see IWM send.
What do we think about this little structure right here for IWM?
I think it looks very similar. Yeah. Obviously, you had completely different context because of COVID, but I mean the price action looks the same.
It's like right under the previous high too. Like the supply zone. Right there.
Yeah, you didn't like sweep it that time, but again, different context, but the PA does look similar. It's this bull chop. It's this bull chop under previous all-time high. I hate the sweep though, and I think it does look a little bit like Sol, and I think it's trading a little bit like Sol, just in terms of the all-time high sweep and Jeep, basically.
I mean, look at this shit, bro. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it is. But IWM is literally trading like Solana.
Imagine IWM goes to 316 by middle of next year. Man, that'd be awesome.
It's happening.
That's big. That's because IWM is Solana.
IWM. Solana is IWM.
The shitcoin casino of
the shitcoin index. Yeah. Unreal.
How do you guys think that Powell will get along with Trump and his administrative? Do you think that he will still be like, we are not a political entity and we do our own policies, so it doesn't really concern us. We focus on our job.
I mean, they're off to a bad start for sure. They're off on the wrong foot, definitely. But no, I mean, I think he'll probably for the most part do what Trump asks him to do. Not if it's like extreme, but like, I think he's going to continue on the path he's on. Basically, we're in a cutting cycle. Like, I don't think he's going to deviate. I don't think there's much for him to even deviate on at this point, right? Besides maybe like completely killing QT, but yeah, that looks pretty good, Max. That looks pretty solid. Let me look at Sol next to that thing.
The market is right now pricing in just 2 cuts in next year.
2? I thought it was 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4, Jackus. Are you sure?
It used to be. Now it's 2.
It's 2? Wait, where are you seeing it?
On the CME group watch tool.
Interesting. 2? Where's the dot plot table? 2025. 1, 2, 2025. What's our current rate right now? 4.5. So they're gonna cut 1. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. The majority of guys think it's going to be between 3 and 3.5 by the end of 2025, the Fed funds rate. So I could see more. But yeah, it's going to be that's really all that matters today though, right? That's literally all that matters. We know he's going to cut. We know he's probably going to bull talk the market. It's literally just whatever comes out at 1 p.m. That's all we need.
This damn Cheeto needs to give out already, man. Right here. I need this Cheeto to be gone for good. Cheeto.
I mean, that's a lot of taps. I think it's time.
Do you know what people are saying right now? They're like, yeah, but everyone is seeing this, right? That means that it's not going to happen because the market makers know that you are seeing it, which means that they now won't play it. So it will play it differently. And then like people have a tendency to like question it. Like once they see it, they think like, no, that's too obvious. So it doesn't happen. And it's like, if you were to put maybe like empty BTC USD chart there, on the next to this, right? Max?
Sorry, say that again. I was just reading something. What'd you just say?
If you were to put an empty BTC USD chart next to it.
You say M2 BTC?
No, empty.
Oh, as in no chart drawings?
Yes.
Well, that's boring, but I can do that.
No, we
You
will.
You don't want my
We will,
drawings?
we will do a few drawings, but I need you to start like empty, right? And then like this, and then you were to just draw a large, either bull flag or bull flag in a large cup and handle on the March 2000. Since March 2000, like this. Yeah, you can go for it. And
Diagonal Cheeto.
diagonal Cheeto, and then draw a bull flag on that consolidation that we had since what is it, March 2024.
I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, and so lots of people were saying like, yeah, but you really think it's like going to be that obvious? Like everyone is seeing this bull flag, therefore it's not going to play out, and that means that's the top. And guess what? It played out.
And that means it's the top.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But people are thinking like this, right? Like they are trying, as we always say, they are trying to go to the right side of the bell curve, but they don't realize that it's a circle and that they ended up in mid again.
Oh.
They end up in the mid again.
So, Jack, are you trying to tell me that this is in fact ETH's destiny? Could it be that simple?
It's that simple. Like you see a higher time frame range and you see it big on the breakup, and you do not overcomplicate it. You just stay with your eyes on the forest and not the trees. And you do not think like, oh, everyone's seeing it, therefore it won't happen.
I mean, Jackus, but what about Elliott Wave 5? You know, this one where it's you.
That's a problem.
Here, let me teach you, because you don't know what I'm talking about. So let me help you, okay? So you have 1.
Oh,
2,
let's just ignore that one,
3.
right? Let's just.
And then that's actually supposed to. So it's like this, and then you're supposed to go like this. Here, I'll just adjust it. This is the Elliott wave. Here, I can redraw it. I messed it up. Okay, so that. What about this?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Okay. I mean, it's just you just can't fight the Cheeto, you know?
You can't. Wait.
I actually think this goes higher. I think it's going to be like this. It's just going to be a straight ripper for like the next quarter for ETH.
I think so. I think.
What is Powell going to say? What is Powell going to say? Is my Ethereum going to be okay? Listen, bucko.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Go to your local gas station and pick up a bag of Cheetos sprinkled with some red 40. Then you will understand where it's going.
So
he Tommied me. Unbelievable.
Wow, Jackus.
You don't ask, you just do it.
It's true. This is true.
So this is how Elliott Fate do it. Where's the Elliott Fate? Here. So this was the wave 1, this was the wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Now you get ABC, and you become again. So in reality, it's 1, 2. Now there is 4, and there is 5. Let me do it again. You know, you just do it to fit your bias. So you go like this. This is the wave inside of the first wave, or something like that. This is the big wave. This is the big one. And then here you have the A, B. Oh shit, I'm doing the wrong one. Don't do this at home, guys.
This is dangerous work, Jackus.
Dangerous. Like this. You got the ABC. Now, oh shit. Now we are in the next phase, right? This will go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you will get the A, B, C.
That's an Elliott
Wow.
fade, but one that I
Yeah,
like.
that's good work, Jackus. That is good work. Yep. It fits my bias.
Fits my bias.
Tweet it out.
I'm a Elliott wave professional now. Look at me. We just completed the corrective wave ABC, followed by first impulse corrective wave to the upside down, breaking the structure. Now we are just beginning our next 5-wave impulse into the stratosphere before a corrective wave ABC to follow up to the moon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, that's the thing is like I actually feel like that's kind of what it's gonna look like though, for real.
People love that, man. People love hearing
Dude,
that.
there's
Jack.
no better engagement farm than just like drawing that shit. There's people that have built a full-on living drawing that garbage. But I mean, that unironically is what it's gonna look like. But
that's astrology for men right there.
Okay. Dude, I'm so bullish. I don't know, man. I'm just ready, man. It's like this is our Super Bowl, you know? Well, actually, this is our Olympics, right? Because I feel like, at least me personally, I have been working nonstop for like 4 years to get positioned for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like this moment in time when Ethereum goes crazy and ETH BTC goes crazy. And I've built literally the Giga Chad portfolio. And I just have to wait for this to happen now. I've done all the hard work, all the due diligence, all the research, all the positioning. And now I just have to wait for this. For Elliott Wave 5. That's it.
Now you just enjoy and call everyone a bucko.
Yeah, I mean everybody is a bucko. That's the thing. Like if you're not riding with me and you're not positioned with me, you're a bucko.
I mean, this literally, Max, it comes once every 4 years, like the legitimate alt season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is it, man. This is why I call people buckos, you know, for this. I don't do it because I like it. You're either with me or you're a bucko. You're either waiting for Elliott Wave 5 or you're a bucko.
Oh my god.
Dude, look at someone. Baku?
Baku?
Who is Baku and where do I trade it?
Send the contract address for Baku, please. I don't know. Here's the thing: is I always say this, but you go through like 3.5 years of hell in crypto for like 6 months of the best conditions ever, and it's so hard for people to kind of unwrap that conditioning and that pain of chop and bleed and disappointment that they kind of can't get out of their own way. And I think that's a lot of what we're seeing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I had plenty of buddies who were like, "Oh, we're back at 70K. Just sell it. Just buy it back at, buy it back at 57K." And I was like, "No, I'm gonna go ahead and believe again that we're gonna break out. I will get excited at every small pump out of the range, and eventually it'll work." And it did. So, belief paid off.
Jackus, we're never going down again. Come on.
Why are there
we'll
down arrows, Jackus?
there will never be another red candle on the chart, Jackus, and you know that.
No, you gotta feed both the bears and the bulls. So this is how you do it. Look, it's going to work. I'm gonna fit my bias. 1, 2. Never mind, we're gonna ignore that one. 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna become the Elliott wave expert now.
Jackus, if you tweeted that, you'd get 2,000 likes.
Mhm.
100%.
Bro. Look at that.
You would be a key opinion leader that leads with his key opinions in this key point in the market.
Wow.
Yeah, boy.
You'd get hit up from everybody. Hey man, do you want 1% of our shit coin that's at 500K market cap to talk about Elliott waves on our shit coin? Your inbox would be flooded.
But we need your key opinions on it, though.
I demand Jackus's key
Mhm.
opinions, and I want them to lead me in this market.
Lead.
I've closed the key opinion leader inbox.
Just every week a new token shill with a new Elliott wave pattern.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not real, is it?
Is that
What?
real? Check out the Ondo condo boys. Will the condo boys actually get their condos?
I don't know, man. They really might.
They memed it into existence. They're all gonna get condos.
Yeah. He did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
That it's just that like World Liberty 5 thing. So it's not like, I don't know how much you can say like Trump bought Ondo, right? It's like his shitcoin protocol that he knows nothing about bought Ondo. Trump buying Bucko.
Has someone made a Bucko ticker yet after yesterday's rant?
I don't know. I'd be shocked if there wasn't one. I can check on that for you, Max. No. Nothing.
No Buckos? No Bucko
No.
coins yet? That's good.
Maybe.
No one make a Bucko coin. I don't want to deal with
It probably just
with
hasn't
that.
bonded yet, Max.
So, guys, this is how it goes. Every cycle, you see the first leg, right? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leg higher. That's the first higher time frame impulsive leg inside of the big one, the first wave. This is the completion of the fifth wave inside of the big one, the first wave. Then we get the first corrective wave. This is where lots of people start to freak out and think that it was the bait. We get another one followed. 1, 2, 3, 4, never mind, fifth, right? Then another A, B, C, and we are completing the cycle when everyone believes it's the new revolutionary tech. The big bear market comes, the big corrective wave into the below the wave 4. A, B,
Oh my
C.
god.
We start a new one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then followed A, B, C. So where does that lead us, guys? Today we are right. We've just completed the first wave, and we had our ABC, and this is where leg 3 is beginning. We are currently in the first we are in the third hard time frame, leg wave, impulsive. This doesn't retest the prior first high anymore, as you can see. Never does. The fourth wave never retests the first highs. The fourth wave never retests the first highs. A, B, C, and this is the first mid-cycle wave inside of the third wave. Whatever.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
oh my god.
Oh.
He heard Jackus talking about Elliott fades and he showed up. Will, what do you think about this chart, Will? Look at this
Which chart
comment,
we
man. This
talking
is
about?
so real. Imagine being a new BB viewer.
Yeah.
He's
That would
like-
be.
Imagine
Yeah.
like you subscribed yesterday and this is the first time watching the show. You'd be like, what is happening? Dude, it's an FOMC day. That's the thing. Is like all we have to do is just wait for FOMC and then just probably bid. And then we'll have a great show after that.
Yeah.
But until then, we draw Elliott fades.
I don't
Will,
know. I don't really view it like that, but
well, you're wrong. This is
Whoa,
this is
whoa,
happening.
whoa.
this is alpha.
I think we're on the fifth wave right now.
Will, no, please. Don't take this seriously. No.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a fifth wave.
It's always the fifth wave, Will. It's
Exactly.
always the fifth
You're
wave.
getting it. It's always the fifth wave.
Yeah, we're never not on the fifth wave.
I mean, I don't know what happened right there. My mic just like literally fell over. I would say probably something closer to this, but that's just me.
Oh, this is.
Do you care if I get the screen real quick?
Guy just comes on the show and just bulldozers himself onto the screen. It's incredible.
Boom.
He just comes in. Look at me. I am the captain now.
Yeah, literally.
Oh shoot! Yeah. So it's real simple. It's real simple. It's we're over here, and we just got into our red phase, which we have a lot higher to go. That's all. That's all that really matters. That's all people should be really looking at. And then this right here is just more of an example of like how you level up through a cycle, right? So,
Well, I was going to ask you
1,
about
2,
that.
3, 4, 5.
What happens after 0.5 or whatever on that? I mean, that looks pretty brutal.
After this,
Yes.
that's what happens. That's what happens.
But it looks a little different than your previous.
You talking about this?
On your parabolic chart, on your parabolic curve chart.
Oh, you mean the way that's coming down? It's just coming past its 4. So like if I were to view this as like your 4 into your 5, which is what I think we're doing right now, 4 into the 5, Like you're ideally only looking to come back down to revisit the 4. It looks more crazy than what it is, right? Like it's really just you come back down to the 4, maybe you'll hit the 3. So your 4 is like right here, your 3 is like right here. And if you're going to come back down, you might get back down into the 100K range roughly, I would say. Like once the bear market hits again. So everybody who said we're going back to fucking 60K, we're absolutely delirious. And they're gonna find out once you start getting into like higher ranges on Bitcoin, like 160, 170, 180, it's gonna be very difficult to violate that 100K floor again. And you know, a lot of people were in the anticipation that the sell-off would occur at 100K. Well, it's funny, we're at 106K. Absolutely fucking wrong. And I think honestly, like we have a lot higher to go as far as price action goes. But these markets tend to always be the same. Like this is this fractal here, right? I just literally took this first leg, put it right here. Honestly, like I think like if we're looking at Bitcoin, we're something like 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're working on our 5, you know, whatever that may be.
Yep.
And we'll see. This is your parabolic move. This is your parabolic move. That's what we're moving into now. We're moving into the parabolic side of the market. This is your first pullback. This is your second pullback, and then you get your parabolic move. Over here with this shit show was basically your first pullback was to here, and then basically came all the way back down to here, and then you basically just ran up again, right? So that's why it's hard to Elliott wave this. Because this one ended basically in 2 waves. It ran, came back, and ran very hard. Now we're just kind of working our way up to the current level. So for me, Bitcoin's like sitting pretty good, but I think like people are looking at Ethereum. It's really not as hard as people make it out to be when it comes to ETH. I think I have an ETH chart up. Not sure if I do or don't. If I don't, we'll make one real quick. AKA pull one up, but I think even with ETH, like, you know, I'm expecting pretty high numbers. I just, again, the never fade 1618, run it, right? Run it. It's not a hard process. That means altcoins go absolutely fucking ballistic. So if people are being smart about this, they're not really worried about low time volatility. I remember talking many times with you guys, especially in the audience, on one thing specifically, and that was the Cheeto into the Cheeto into the Cheeto into the Cheeto every fucking time. Every time. Well, it doesn't have to hold here, guys. Doesn't it? It could break. It could, but it never does. It never does. The Cheeto rock hard. All right. The Cheeto is rock hard. And hey, chart is visually showing that. So for me, like all I'm seeing is strength and a strength and a strength and a strength. This is an uptrend that is not something you should be fading. This actually looks better than a lot of stocks, arguably, right? And I would say like your breakout inevitable. You could compare this to something like Amazon, Facebook. All those charts show heavy strength just like this. NVIDIA, another one of those too. Like this looks like a fucking strong ass stock company. And it's crypto.
Hey, Will, we had a question for you. Can you please address this immediately? This second.
What? It's a good possibility, man. It's a really good fucking possibility.
No. Will. Please. Entry, stop loss, TP, and the date that it happens. Fill out this form. Okay. Please.
So here's the issue with ETH 15K. I'll give you the issue first.
The issue is you don't own enough of it, but please continue.
Will, how much leverage should I use?
Here was ETH in the first cycle. I would arguably you should already be positioned if you're gonna leverage. But this right here was ETH first cycle, right? And I would say this is a very suppressive chart. I think there's a very good probability / likeliness that we hit the 15K marker this cycle. Only because we didn't exceed it last cycle, right? Now, if we were to say, oh, well, history, okay, we'll go out the mid marker then. And the mid marker on 15K, you know, if you want to be a moderate, we'll say, right? If you want to be a moderate, we'll say, what is your mid market here? Well, if you want to play your mid market, just do a fib and a fib, and your 0.5 ends at 8,000, right? So if you want to be a bear genius, you go with the 8,000. If you want to be a bull genius, you go with the 13 to 15K roughly. That's what I would tell people. So you have a big ass range there. You have a wide range. And if you're playing beta, ETH 8K, ETH 15K doesn't fucking matter. Everything I have is in beta. So if it's in beta, it doesn't, like, ETH 15K, 8K is just the cherry on top with the X's that I'm already gaining and I'm going to be gaining. And I think not enough people think about that from that perspective. It's just additional, fuel to the fire, essentially. And so for me, like, I look at this and I'm like, okay, what should I be doing here? Well, all my ETH's in fucking beta, all of it. I don't hold any ETH by itself.
I hold a little bit of ETH because, like, you can. I don't mind holding a little bit of ETH spot, because it's like that's still got like a 3 or 4x with some size into it. That ain't too bad.
Yeah, it's still got a lot of ups. I mean, this right here, a lot of people are, again, looking at this as a triple top, whatever, yada, yada, yada. I'm looking at this as like, this thing's going to absolutely fucking chad. And when it breaks this range, it's going to go hard to the upside. Very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like fresh meat just walked in the door at prison type of.
Oh my god.
Well, okay. When though? When are we gonna get through 4K? I need an exact date and time, please.
Date and time, January, February. I don't think we're getting a January pullback.
What are we gonna do from now until February then?
We're just gonna hang out and pretend we're not going up.
Will.
What do you mean? Like that's the play. That was the play here on Bitcoin. It's sit here and pretend we're not going up, and then everybody starts crying and telling you how you're getting the fucking 30K Bitcoin.
Oh, everyone's already crying. Will,
like
everyone's already crying. I promise.
I mean, look here. You think you're getting this price again? Does anybody think you're coming back to this range?
ETH is gonna do what Bitcoin did for 9 months, but until February.
Well, it's not. It's in an uptrend. What are we talking about? Look, it's been in a continual uptrend.
I know, but when 4K break, Will? Just when 4K break?
Look, this right here, and this is why everybody's crying fucking now. This is Bitcoin when it was doing this.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I agree.
Right. That's what that is. ETH is right now doing what Bitcoin was doing over there. And so what does that tell me? That tells me ETH is a better play over Bitcoin because your upside potential has already kind of happened here with Bitcoin, and you're going to keep going, obviously. And ETH is playing catch up to Bitcoin.
I know, but Will, we need to nail this down. So you don't think that ETH breaks 4K convincingly until the end of January or February?
No. I think anywhere's in January. Could be week 1, week 2.
What about next week?
Before end of year, 4K.
Yeah, I mean we were at 4K like yesterday, so
I mean, no, we were. I really think that they're gonna hover here to fuck with people
for like a month.
Yeah, give or take. I mean, it was the same thing here with, like, this thing never ended going down, right? Remember, this thing was supposed to go to 10K. It was supposed to. It was written in the stars.
Yes, I remember.
And ultimately, the stars didn't play out.
Stars were wrong. Yeah,
the stars were wrong. Fucking.
Yeah.
Your moon signs and your your cards, your tarot reader cards, they didn't work. Basically, the market played against your tarot reader cards.
Will, I don't know if I can wait another month, bro.
I can wait as long as this market takes, man. Like look, I know there's a lot of I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if I could take it. Fuck, I've been in Bitcoin since, bro. I mean, shit. I've been in Bitcoin since over here, but I mean, since this cycle, like fucking people have just been shitting on us since like down here, right? And then now people shut the hell up and delete their accounts.
That's true. True.
So it is what it is, right?
Well,
I can wait a little longer.
Why do you not think we can break 4K like after Powell talks today? Given that we have like nothing between now and the end of the year.
What is Powell gonna say right now?
I mean,
That's gonna change. That's gonna change sentiment.
He's not gonna change anything. We just need to get FOMC out of the way so we can.
So I'll tell you why I think things will pump in January, February, because I think Q4 earnings, which they always are, by the way, just so everybody knows, are going to be phenomenal. And why are they always phenomenal? Because people buy freaking Christmas presents. People buy shit at the end of the year for gifts, Black Friday, everything else. So when Q1 starts to come back around, all these companies show how they had a fantastic Q4, even though it's all just, you know, inflated numbers. You're going to then see a flood of liquidity move into everything, especially on the risk. I think risk is really the high ticket item here that a lot of people are not paying attention to. And, you know, I mean, this is what I have for risk, man. Like just this insane fucking run up that I think is going to occur here for risk. I think we're just still on that latter end of the curve of just that breakout. I mean, IWM, if IWM starts to break and starts to reach into all-time high, I think ETH's getting ready to peak too. Right? I would say that the two will have very good confluence. And you can see why I'm saying that, because IWM specifically is still kind of levitating around that all-time high, but not willing to break it. It's trying to fake below support and get people to be enticed into shorting here so they can rip it in your face. That's all it is. Like you're trying to bait people into this position. This is the same exact move basically that we had over here, right? I just fractal it and put it over here. And this should be IWM's breakout into its break back down. And I would say ETH is getting ready to break out too. ETH is kind of a late runner, man. That's what a lot of people tend to forget. It doesn't run immediately. It's just a late runner. It's a late bloomer, we'll say. Here's 2021. I mean, ETH had its run up. Where are we at? November, December. You're roughly right around in the same range you were before.
It God candled at the end of December, brother. It God candled.
Yeah, it did. Maybe it does, or maybe it happens in week 1 of January.
No, can't happen.
History
be tonight, Will.
Let me explain something to you, Haggard. History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes.
Oh my
right?
God! I've
Did
never
you just
heard
come up with that right now?
Bobby,
Wow.
Bobby is the two.
No, Wabi heard this from me. All right. History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. What does that mean? That means you're not going to get exact weeks mimicking each other every fucking cycle. That's not a thing. But you can
might.
get. Here's the thing. When assuming markets, assume them like throwing darts, right? While half drunk, because some people are good at throwing darts. So assume them as if you're throwing darts while half drunk. And so what does that mean? That means sometimes you'll hit the bullseye and other times you'll be a little bit off, but you'll hit the markers somewhat. Right? So the marker is, does it have to happen next week? No. Can it happen January 1st week, January 2nd week, and still be in the window of opportunity? Yes. And I think that people need to look at it from that perspective versus like has to happen right now. Now, can it happen right now? Yes, it could. And in that case, I'd be wrong. And it is what it is. It's not a big deal because as long as I'm in the window of opportunity, that's all that matters. That's the way I look at all this stuff in this market. I look at it from like, okay, does it have to happen next week? No. Can it happen January 1st week, 2nd week? Yeah. Why? Because I'm not selling my positions. I already know it's coming. It's just waiting for it to happen. That's all it is. And so if it doesn't happen next week or the week after, everybody's going to call us LARPs, right? But then when it happens January 2nd week or 3rd week and somebody else said it, they're going to be like, they were God. We were off by a week or two. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. we were still in that window of opportunity. And I think that if people looked at it from that perspective, they would do a lot better in these markets. I think there's a big window here and a lot of upside. So it's yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the headache part of the chart, it's just simply a fib. Okay? Like it's that if you delete that, it's 5 levels in a fucking uptrend.
Coincidence, Will?
All the ditties. Look, I had a lot of court hearings. I had to show up as a witness, an eyewitness. All right, it happens.
I don't think that happens to most people.
It happens, he said.
I think that might just be an exclusive you thing, Will.
I had to explain what was in the baby oil bottles, and yeah, after we got that, we got that done. We're good.
Will.
It's getting dark.
Oh man, no, but look. I'm just gonna say it again and again and again. Just be bullish. Like, just buy shit. Like, if you're not buying shit right now, like, what are you doing? I honestly think people should be like building an active portfolio now too. Like, it's you're at that point in the market where you can build a good long-term port on a lot of these low cap coin or not even low cap coins, even low cap stocks. Right? I think there's still a lot of undervalue in this market. That once we break out here, you won't get those lows again. Even if the market gets the major downturn that I think it'll see in 2026, I think you're still going to get really good pricing right now on some things. You just have to be gem hunting actively, right? And I think there's a lot out there. But yeah, like I said, January and December, all the same to me. All the same to me. I'm a permanent resident here in crypto. This is how autism is created. It's created through crypto.
That was inspiring.
It was.
Oh man. Look at NASDAQ. Look at fucking NASDAQ, guys. Like who's buying this? Who's buying this? I don't know anybody around me that will buy
every
NASDAQ.
day, Will. Every day.
Every fucking day. But we're worried about drawdown. We're worried about anything as far. I think the market is getting more comfortable with saying, "Hey, we don't think there's going to be drawdown," right? And then once the market's like, when they start getting into the category of, "Oh, you're retarded. There's no way this market's going to absolutely come down at all ever," then I can start dialing out. But I think we're still kind of moving into that euphoric stage, which means a lot of upside, a lot of potential, as long as you're shifting around pretty quickly on this market. You guys discuss any of the plays? The mod, the Pepes, the Andes, so on and so forth? Man, all these look about the same, too. Look at that shit. Mod down, Pepe down, Andy down. But not much, but they're all kind of curling in the same direction, ultimately to more than likely shift back away from the move.
Yeah, I feel like all these plays are just waiting for ETH to break 4K finally. And when that happens, we're just going to get a monster ripper, And it just takes a little bit of time. But yeah, I really think we're just going to have to wait for ETH to break through that Cheeto finally.
Oof. I feel like I was right on Retardio. We're starting to break in.
It's looking a little heavy. That's for sure.
Yeah, that one. I think I'm kind of right on that. It's not. People aren't gonna like it, but it is what it is. Brett's a little tricky too. Doge is kind of playing the slow end range. I still think that Doge has a decent amount of upside. I don't know what pushes it up there. I just really think that this cycle is going to play similar to previous cycle. And so if that's the case, we end up getting this big push up on Doge, probably like 170s, 150s. Yeah, we're getting a lot of pullback across the board. I just think
but it's like we have FOMC in like what, couple hours? How many times have we seen price like dip and bleed into FOMC, and then it just reverses very quickly.
Well, Carvana's breaking trend. I guess it's over.
Dude, I can't believe Carvana came back from the dead. That's so funny to me.
Bro, $3. Look at this shit. Remember we had this discussion down here? This shit was wild.
I know, I remember that.
I was like, this chart looks good. I was like, it's got a bull dip playing right here. I was like,
We could go find that
drawdown.
on we could go find that old market check clip. I don't remember the date exactly, but we could probably stamp it on the chart and find it.
We were literally somewheres in here, man. We were somewheres in here. I know we were when we talked about it. I honestly think we were at the low end of the drawdown here, and you were like, "There's no fucking way this looks like shit."
Chapter 9.
Yeah, it's
Chapter
like
11 will be studied.
he's like, they're going into chapter 11. I was like, no, they're not. I was like, this it's got a bull dip on it. And hey, man, that bull dip fucking played. Holy shit, it played. I mean, look at PLTR. Remember we were discussing this?
Yeah.
Dude, my aunt, she made a bag on this one.
Your
Like a
aunt did?
big one. Yeah, I got her into this with a good chunk of her 401k. Her portfolio manager was telling her that she shouldn't buy it, that it's not good, blah 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 blah. You know, the atypical. And I told her to go around her portfolio manager and force them to buy this. And so she made them buy this, and she made a bag on this one. This was a really good play. Especially like if you're talking about 401ks. I mean, that's 1,000%, bro. It's 1,000%.
Yeah, that's
a
big.
10x on a fucking stock.
Yeah, that's big.
wild.
That's
And
really big.
you know where her portfolio manager bought it? Right in here.
Time for her to sell.
The manager is like, I need to get some of this. It's like, bro, you're 9x in. Why are you buying now? You said this was a bad investment. You're a portfolio manager.
Yeah.
Kicking herself. Let's see what else we got.
Dude, I don't know if you agree, Will, but in my view, the only thing that matters in this market right now is going to be ETH finally breaking 4K. And when that happens, the floodgates open. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I care about.
It's on, man. It's on. Like, that's why I tell people, like, don't even fucking worry. One thing I will say this with $1. I know we were all talking about this, Jackus, and I'll admit when I was wrong. And not between our discussion, but just I think we were wrong. I think I'm wrong on this too. I don't know that the dollar breaks it slow, man. Like, to me, this consolidation looks like this consolidation, looks like this consolidation.
You need to study down Peña.
Yeah, I mean, again, maybe we end up being right because.
Do you know who Dan Peña is?
No, but I can tell you this: I thought this shit was gonna break down hard too. I really did, but like, this is a solid floor, man. I just been looking at this the past couple of days, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like, why is dollar not broken down yet? But I do think this is kind of the other thing too. I will say this: look, that's gonna be a lot of upside for alts when that happens. Because even if this floor holds, where are you at right now on dollar? You're at the top end of the range. And if you're at the top end of the range, you're about to get absolutely blown the fuck out. So
I don't know. The dollar's going to give. I don't really care how far it goes down. I just know that it's going to go down, right? Like, I just, maybe it breaks that trend line. Maybe it doesn't for me. And I'm also okay with an environment like we've just had where, like, we had Bitcoin rallying at the same time as DXY. Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's my thoughts too, because this is a build long structure, Jackus. I'm just saying, how fucking long does this take before it happens? It could be
That-
the next cycle before that ends up breaking down.
All right, wait. I'll help you, and I can make it as big as you need it to.
Look, if it breaks on this
Smash!
cycle, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But man, this shit looks like it's just holding that floor, man. We got to break that trend. Draw that trend line underneath there for the dollar. All the way back to 18. Yeah, we got to break that trend. That's what we got to break here.
I mean, if you break that, Will, what, you're going to like 60?
Yeah, that's what I want. What do you mean? That's literally what I want.
I don't know if we want that or not. that would be
Well,
that
last
would be
time,
potentially bad.
bro, we went to 60, no, 71, 70.
All right, I'm
Last
saying, okay, if Jackus gets his blue box, things are not good.
Here, let me get the chart when you're done there, Jackus. I want to show you guys something. Like this is the bigger scheme in a bigger scheme of things. So like you have this trend, but you also have this trend.
Exactly.
Mm.
That a lot of people don't pay attention to. They always just look at this. They don't look at the bigger trend here. The bigger trend is this, an ever fucking falling dollar.
They didn't go on the 3 months chart, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I got this one on the weekly though, but like this is the same fucking buildup we had over here.
They are on the 3 hour chart, and we are on the 3 months chart. We are not the same.
Yeah, this is what I'm looking for ultimately, Jack. Is I'm kind of wondering, like, does this play out in years, or like because if they play this all the way to the right, that's 2026 before you start to collapse, right? And I will say this, I'll point this part out too. This is kind of the part that people miss. I assume this is a blow off top.
Yeah.
Because we have not been able to come back and revisit that. And because we haven't been able to come back and revisit it, it shows weakness on the dollar. Because the dollar should easily be able to come back and retest the high before it comes back down, but it's not able to do so. It continues to consolidate below the previous high. Tell me this was likely a blow off top on the dollar, and this is a consolidation range before a bigger breakdown. But
do you want to see some alpha, Will?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep it on. Call it Dan Piña. Mr. Dan himself. Ooh, who could have foreseen?
the big ball plays. I like that actually. That's a good structure play out right there.
Okay, so this is the line. And then this is the line. Then this is the line. And so
what's the bottom on there?
On what? Oh, that's Euro USD.
Gotcha. Okay.
You got me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this right here is going here. And this right here is going here. And
yeah, I think there's always an inversion between the two for sure. Yeah.
kind of like this. It's not perfect, but as you said, do not let me start on the Elliott wave, guys.
Elliott wave to the downside.
Do it.
Infinitely and
Do
forever.
He's like, do it.
Do it.
The dollar continues to just lose value, man. That's what and I looked at that too. Yeah, because like structurally, we should stay where we are and not exceed it now, because it's a lower high, just like it was previously. And you get these are like decade plays too, by the way. These are decade plays. Like every decade, one of these comes along.
And nobody can think of decades. Nobody thinks in that time frame.
I do. Everybody always makes fun of me for it, but I always think about this because this is the bigger play. You want to be ahead of the bigger play. And that kind of downside for the dollar means assets fucking immense boom. Immense boom. Well, immense boom into implosion eventually, right?
Of course. That's always the end target, right, Will? It's just complete implosion.
Implosion's at the bottom. Your 08 at the bottom of that trend. Like show the 08. Point out the 08 on that trend, that downtrend on the dollar. Jackus. It's literally the bottom of the fucking trend.
Basically.
Dollar bottomed in 08 when everything blew the fuck up. And your biggest growth period was roughly in the 90s, right? When you're on that uptrend. And then you start to curve in 2000 and then eventually implode in 08. And now we're starting to curve from 2021, and then we'll eventually implode probably toward the latter end of this decade.
Exactly. And I can go on, and I can do, the A, B, C if you need me to.
That's why when people like were saying now, Jackus, and they were saying, "Oh, this is where everything ends. This is where it's over." It's like you have no clue what you're talking about. Like if you just look at the dollar, you can chart out when this shit actually ends. The dollar always shows when it ends.
A, B, C. Something like that.
So if you want a house, it's towards the latter end of this decade. Granted, they'll still probably be extremely higher priced than where they are now. Even with the implosion.
Yeah. It's probably higher in like dollar terms, but lower in purchasing ones.
Purchasing power will be better for sure at the latter end of the decade. That's why I tell people, I'm like, where are you going to get the most gains when like I have people ask me about crypto all the time, and I'm just like, they're like, where are you going to get the most gains in crypto? I always tell them it's going to be next cycle. I'm like, this cycle is going to be great. It's going to be amazing. But next cycle is going to be the big blow off top before they actually take it all away. Like really take it all away. Bank implosions, everything. If that doesn't occur at the end of this decade, everything's a scam. And it's all in on everything. If we don't get an 08 event, everything's a scam. They figured out how to rig it. They just didn't figure out how to rig it in 08. Well, you can't become Venezuela if you make every other country Venezuela, Jack. You got to remember that, which is what the U.S. does. They're like, if you think our dollars are depreciating, wait till you see what we do to your dollar.
That's true.
Oh, dollar strength going away. All right, tariffs it is.
Oh boy.
Guys, this concludes our show. We are at the time allowance. Guys, before you go, please consider liking and also subscribing if you are new here. And of course, before you go, check out the link in the description below where you can check out our premium offerings, guys. There is nothing else out there like what we are offering here at BB. We have a combination of different products. If you want to use the BB terminal, which has basically everything you could ever need or want to navigate markets, everything from derivatives data to heat maps to portfolio tracking to on-chain data, plus it comes with a Telegram alerts channel. You can buy that right now for $97 per month. It is tremendous value. If you want that included with something a little bit more hands-on, check out the Discord packages, the two offerings to the right. You're definitely going to want the gold one because it has over 3 hours a day of private live conference calls with all of us here on the panel, plus some additional members of the BB team. Also, the gold package, the expensive one on the right, has full transparency in regards to positions and navigating these markets. It's not a signals group, but what we do is in the spirit of transparency and education. We share everything that we are doing in this market. Every time we take a position, every time we unwind a position, you get to know everything that we are doing, guys. So don't conflate it with other Discords out there. We just use the Discord application because it's familiar and easy to use, right? This is not at all like that. You will see immediately why we charge what we do, and you will see very, very quickly why we have an 80% plus lifetime member retention rate, guys. People come and they stay forever. It shouldn't be viewed as a negative. It should be viewed as an asset. It's an investment that you make every single month, and you should, of course, be able to cover your costs of membership and then some. See the comments on the right, guys. It's expensive, but there's a reason for it. We put in a lot of work. Again, 2 private voice calls, conference calls every single day with all of us, chart requests, TA, the whole thing. Check it out. And again, within that, you get the BB terminal included for no additional cost. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars building out this custom BB terminal, and it's getting better every single day. And all of our members get that for free. If that doesn't sound like something that you're interested in, check out the BB Academy, guys. It's on our website as well. Take your trading to the next level. We built a masterclass, all of our tips, tricks, secrets, and effective strategies that we have used cumulatively to navigate these markets for years as a team with a very, very high level of success achieved as a group. So guys, if you really want to learn how like we do TA, something maybe you saw on Market Check, consider checking out the Academy on the website as well. You'll see the tab up at the top. Last but not least, guys, if you're like, hey, these guys were awesome. I love watching them cook. They're great, but I simply don't have time to navigate these markets and join them on all the plays that they're talking about. Well, guess what? Check out the link in the description below to the X account, BB Wealth Management, guys. We also have an SEC registered hedge fund where we can manage your money for you. If you are an accredited investor and you meet the qualifications, we would be happy to set up a call with you to discuss every detail of the fund. It's a good strategy for those that want exposure to these markets, want to chase some beta, want professionals like ourselves to take that responsibility off of your hands. We can do that for you legally. So we can bear that responsibility. And additionally, for those of you that do have the time, it can be a very effective diversification strategy. Hey, I'm doing it myself, but you know what? Let me throw some money at these guys and diversify in their fund. So it goes a couple of different routes. But guys, thanks so much for being here. Join us somewhere, right? You need your group of guys. We want to be that group for you. And I think that we've proven ourselves to be winners in this market over a very long period of time. So consider taking that next step with us. Join us in the BB terminal, join us in the Discord, which again includes the terminal, join us in the BB Academy, or join us, of course, in BB Wealth Management. But guys, thanks so much for being here. We will see you tomorrow for another episode of Market Check, and everybody stay safe and take care.